So I am Joe's Card Shack,
And I'm Gr8Sports Cards,
and this is a great sports card podcast,
episode 1.
episode 1. So how you doing, Logan?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. I'm ecstatic.
I'm a little nervous, but we'll get through this.
Absolutely. So anything new with cards that you want to talk about?
um just got back from Dallas. It foot traffic was okay. It was just like a different vibe, but like really weird. Which typically happens with shows around this time with the holidays and everything. But like it was a little unexpected for Dallas. But had an absolute blast as always. One of the best shows in the country, and if you haven't been there, I highly recommend checking it out if you guys haven't, or and if you guys can. So, very very fun. How about you? Anything new?
So I got this in the mail today from Topps. It is the Topps
Miggy.
top from his last
There we
hit.
go.
And
Oh,
Alex and I were there. So this is going to
oh
hold
yeah,
a spot for me.
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Coolest
Yeah,
$5 card I've ever bought.
yeah. I ended up. I if you guys have me on Instagram, you guys know I just picked this up. Um, Miles Shield 101, game worn. Probably, honestly, in my opinion, the best defensive player in the league, but everybody has their own opinion. I'm a biased Browns fan, so. But I also drove all the way to Newark today to meet up with our friend NEO Cards and Comics to pick up the one and only CJ Stroud rookie auto in his Texans uni, PSA 10. Dude's an absolute baller. Maybe Ohio State finally has a quarterback in the NFL, but we'll see, I guess.
So I wanted to touch on the Dutch auctions that ended today.
Yeah, so I was watching them for a very long time. I was going to make a play around $600 if they had dropped that far. They actually sold out at $700. So which I think is pretty high for a unlicensed rookie auto, but I think that makes his licensed auto from Panini Instant probably worth a little more than what some have sold for recently. I know I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, PSA 10 sold for like 2.2K. And then obviously Sunday he breaks the rookie touchdown record by a quarterback with 5 touchdowns and throws for 470 yards. So definitely think we're going to see a jump in his prices as I already have. I bought a couple micro mosaics of his like a little while ago for anywhere between 400 and 500. They are now consistently selling for $700. So definitely prospected at least one quarterback right this year. Unfortunately, not DTR, but at least one quarterback has panned out so far for me.
Absolutely. Um, let's see here. So major news dropping today. LeBron James possibly coming back and signing cards again.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So from what I saw, and this happened a little while ago, but LeBron actually came off of Upper Deck's website as an exclusive athlete. So we know, but it hasn't been announced. But as of right now, it's all speculation. But it sounds like LeBron James is now a Fanatics athlete. So we will be getting Topps LeBron autos.
So um from a hobby perspective, from a collector's perspective, I wanted to give my touch on that, and then I want to see the more of the financial side with you. Um, so as a collector, that's kind of like a double-edged sword for me because while will be cool to have new LeBron autos out, it hasn't had any since a while that were licensed at least. Um, so it's going to be cool to see new LeBron autos out and the possible duel with Bronny. I think that will help his market. Obviously, I don't think Bronny has been selling for what I expected him to sell for. I don't know if that's due to Wembenyama, coming in and lighting up the league right now, but I certainly expected Bronny to come out hot. Not saying that he hasn't, but not quite living up to where I thought the hype would be. So maybe this LeBron auto thing will help that out. Um, and then obviously I'm worried about it hurting the others, his other autos that were supposed to be so safe because he hadn't signed for so long. And I still think they will because his Cavs stuff from when he played in Cleveland will always sell for nice numbers because of what it is. Just like MJ's playing day stuff from his Bulls uniform, that stuff holds value because people collected that when he played. He didn't have autos with the Bulls during his playing days. Those are post playing days. But I think that LeBron stuff will hold value, but I think that this has the potential to hurt it.
Yeah, so I think this definitely is going to hurt LeBron's market. Um Bronny, unfortunately, with the hype and everything, he the only hype he's really had is just being LeBron's son. He wasn't really like super highly rated out of high school. It seemed like he was a late bloomer, coming in like junior, senior year is finally when he started actually like playing a lot more and getting the recognition, going from a 3-star to a 4-star. I don't think he ever made the jump to a 5-star. So like the hype, it kind of like his prices I think are a little inflated just because it's LeBron's son. Um, can he have a bright future? Absolutely. It's all prospecting at this point, and but as far as LeBron, I think it's going to hurt his value um, in the long run on some stuff. I think his on card exquisite autos, like from his Cavs playing days, like you said, will maintain value pretty substantially. But I think his like high school uni autos and will take a big hit now because like since Fanatics doesn't have the NBA licensing yet, they only have his high school uni. So the only question is when is he still around by the time Fanatics gets the licensing? Will we see a LeBron Lakers uni auto?
That would
That's my thinking. And I think his first Topps Chrome Superfractor since when was it?
09.
I, it was a long time ago. um, I think that sells for a ridiculous amount of money out the gate.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, yeah, it would be really cool to see a LeBron Lakers uniform auto because of what he's done there. Became the all-time scorer there, won a championship there, has memories there, deep playoff runs and special moments. So having important autographed Lakers cards would be very cool. Trying to see where we're going to go from here. So we're going to go into something that Alex AM Sports Cards 10 suggested, little buy, sell, hold. On here, I have Wemby, Joe Burrow, and Corey Seager. We're going to start with Wembanyama. Is Bowman Chrome U on card autograph base? So not the refractor, not color, just the base autograph. It is on card, sold for 2,725. A Joe Burrow Contenders PSA 9 sold for 1425, and a Corey Seager First Bowman Orange out of 25 sold for 1,900. So I'll let you go first. Buy, sell, hold.
I am 1,000% selling the Corey Seager, especially just after winning the World Series and becoming a two-time World Series MVP. I think he's the only person to do it with two different teams since Reggie Jackson. That's definitely a sold or sell. The Wemby to Burrow is a little tough, just because I do think Burrow is down at the moment, because they started off slow out the gate. But at this point in time, right now, Wembenyama has been everything he's lived up to be, or has been hyped up to be. So right now, with the way it's playing out, I think I would buy Burrow and hold Wemby.
I got you. So I would sell Wembenyama right now, just personally. I think that the hype always seems to be bigger, at the start of the moment. So if I had that kind of stuff now, I would want to get out of it. Um, I would hold the Burrow, not because I'm a Bengals fan, but um, I would hold the Burrow because I think it's a good investment. They look unstoppable right now. These last 2 weeks, I'm expecting them to make a deep playoff run again. Maybe I would sell that off later on, first round of the playoffs, maybe, assuming he doesn't get hurt. I understand that's a gamble in itself. Um, and then that would mean I would hold the Corey Seager. Nope, I'm holding the Burrow.
So what you'd want to do is buy Burrow, hold Seager.
Yep, buy Burrow and hold Seager. You're right.
So my only thinking with the Wemby thing, and I'll bounce this off of you, is just like CJ Stroud, he is a fanatics only athlete. So he's only going to have very few autos in his Metropolis or Metropolitans uniform. So he's not going to have any Spurs autos. Unlike Stroud, who was luckily enough, Panini was able to make a Texans Stroud auto. Wemby will only have those autos until Topps gets NBA licensing, which I don't think's happening until like 2024, 2025 area, I think.
That makes sense too. Um, it's going to be weird, with so many of these top rookies not having the autographs in these products. Definitely going to be weird. So it's going to be kind of like Myles Garrett, to where you're chasing these guys' best cards that aren't autographs.
Yep. That's what's it's really interesting from a hobby standpoint, and I think it's definitely hurt wax prices as far as like football. We're seeing the low for football pricing in recent years, with actually what's panning out to be a very, very good rookie class, as we have Will Levis, who's playing very, very well, CJ Stroud breaking rookie records, uh, Bijan, being the absolute freak that he is, even though Atlanta isn't very good and they don't use him very much, which is absolutely ridiculous. Um, you got like Jordan Addison, who has stepped up immediately in the Justin Jefferson role for the Vikings. Sam Laporta, who's been an absolute animal for the Detroit Lions at the tight end position. So it's definitely very interesting, because obviously CJ, Bryce, and Will Levis will not have any autographed cards and professional uniforms other than their rookie premier autos. So definitely very, very interesting.
I think probably the biggest product that's going to affect is going to be contenders, Because going into contenders, you're looking for the on card autographs. That is the chase of the product. And you're looking at possibly the two best quarterbacks from this class not having their autographs in that product. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with contenders because obviously, like you said, CJ, Bryce, Will Levis will not have autos. So, like, how do they make them a featured athlete in the product? Do they like just add like base rookie tickets? Do they make the like what they did with Miles is they made base rookie tickets. They made him a part of the base set checklist, but added him as just a rookie. So you have the cracked ices, you have the champ tickets, you have Super Bowl tickets, you have all that stuff. So I definitely would assume that Panini does that, which I think will help the product a little bit. But what you're really looking for is the autos, and the best auto you can hit out of that is Anthony Richardson, and unfortunately, he is out for the rest of the season. So definitely going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. Um, so do you have any hot takes for the NFL, college football, and basketball?
Bryce Young is a bust. He is not good. And that's not because I'm an Ohio State fan. That is my God's honest opinion. Um, I truly think he is way too small to play quarterback in the NFL. He's very athletic, has a good arm. The Panthers also just aren't very good, but I don't think Bryce Young's good at all. NBA wise, I th- I think if I read this correctly, I'll double check just to confirm. Um, the Memphis Grizzlies, I don't think have won a game yet without Jaw.
I think they got
Okay,
one.
they won last night. They're 1-6. They need Jaw. They need Jaw. Without Jaw, that team is not very good. They thought that bringing in a washed up Derrick Rose would help in the time Jaw is missing. It is not. Um, Jaw, they need Jaw to win. So that's my hot take for basketball. And college football hot take is Michigan is a bunch of cheaters. There we go. That's it. Also, I think Caleb Williams is average. We'll leave it at
It's
that.
it's definitely tough right now. Is what is it like three big losses in a row starting with Notre Dame? I mean,
Yeah, I think he's lost three, four games, or he lost 3 games, and then just lost his fourth, I think, to uh, Michael Penix, who is a dog. Um, I own the Bowman Chrome National Superfractor Auto PSA 10 for a little while and sold it right before the Oregon game for $3,500. So, uh, pretty nice little sale there.
so my hot take for the NFL is even with the slow start, I think Burrow wins MVP this year because there's been a lot of mediocre quarterback play this year, and that is a quarterback's award. Unless you're going to give it to Christian McCaffrey, which I 100% back that right now. Dude deserves it. Season ended today, he would get my vote. But it's a quarterback's award at the end of the day. And I think at the end of the season, I think it's going to be Burrow standing alone holding that trophy on his way to a Lombardi. um, and then for the NBA, I think at the end of the season, not only is Wembenyama going to be in the have the rookie of the year locked up, but I think he will be in the MVP conversation. I don't think at the end of the season, I see a world where you're like, let's have this MVP talk and leave Wemby out of it. I personally don't see that. The dude is a rookie going out there, putting up 38 points, blocking your favorite player, making them look small. I mean, this guy and all the media attention that he's getting is only going to back that, you know. In the NBA more so than other sports, that is a media award. So And then college football, Alabama stinks. They're not good. There we go.
They are not. Um, yeah, it's crazy to see like how good Wembenyama has been so far. And there's been a picture floating around Instagram and like social media of him and Kevin Durant guarding him, and he makes Kevin Durant look like he's Isaiah Thomas. It Kevin Durant looks absolutely tiny compared to Wembenyama. It's absolutely insane.
I saw a clip last night. Wembenyama was in the post. He went to do a spin off to dunk. The Pacers guy beat him to the spot, and he got his hand up and blocked him. I'm like, I thought I would never see that.
I think his name's Isaiah Jackson, the guy that blocked it. Isaiah Jackson.
Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah. I also have another hot take for the NBA. Okay.
Shoot,
At 38 years old, LeBron James is still the best basketball player in the world.
I back that.
Yeah. What he's doing at 38 years old is just insane. It's absolutely insane. Out here blocking Tyler Hero's dunks, chasing him down, playing almost every minute, every night. Yeah. LeBron's still the best basketball player in the world.
I can get behind that. So I'm going to get into some questions now. From 412 Sports Cards, what card in your PC gives you the most enjoyment for the price?
Um, I actually have it right beside me because my desk is a little bit of a mess from
I have mine right
Dallas.
for me too.
But as a Browns fan, Baker and Jarvis were the heart and soul of the team for a long, long time, or not really a long time, but since 2018. Unfortunately, both of them have moved on, but definitely for the price. This Baker Mayfield Jarvis dual shield game worn 101. Um, it's also a lot meaning really meaningful because my dogs' names are Baker and Jarvis, and this is their only dual card together. So for the price, that's by far my favorite PC card. You can tell me like that I'm crazy because it's not my Prism Black Finite of Jarvis, but if I had to choose right now, if I had to sell one of them, it's the Black Finite, and I'd keep the NT shield.
Now you have me rethinking everything. I thought my mind went a completely different way with this question. My mind went to basically on a budget, what card is special to you. So that's how I'll answer it. Um so for if we're talking about a budget, this Spencer Torkelson Topps Chrome Gold rookie would be my favorite. It's only about $100 card. It's about what I bought it for. But the what he is for the Tigers and what I expected him to be, and meeting him his rookie season uh at Comerica Park, it's just this is a special card to me. And for that price point, doesn't get much better for me. So
Yeah, he finished the season really really strong too. Funny thing is, and I think I've showed you this before, and I messaged you like literally right after the night. But when he got sent down, uh, it was last year. At some point, he was struggling a little bit. His first stop was in Columbus, and I know it's pretty hard to see, but that's me and Spencer Torkelson outside the Clippers Stadium. Um, and I knew immediately that I had to message you right after that.
now you're making me grab my picture.
Yeah.
I have it framed on my TV stand. This is me and Torque during his rookie season in Detroit. Uh, that actually was the same day that I got to meet Miguel Cabrera. Obviously, I knew I was meeting Miggy. That was planned, but this was not. That
Yeah.
That was awesome. Um, but yeah, I remember all those struggles that he had, and this is one of the biggest things in the hobby is trust your gut. I'm like, this kid is special. We took him one for a reason. We're rushing him through the minors. Let his prices fall. So I did. I bought some way too early. I will admit that. But I trusted my gut. I kept a lot of my torque. I bought more when the prices went down. And now he is looking like our future. He ended the season tied first for home runs in the second half of the season with 26 in just the second half, and he ended with 30. We got about 10 minutes left.
That's
Let's
crazy.
try to get through these questions here.
Yeah.
So you want to read one
Yeah.
if you have it
Um,
readily available?
yep, I do.
Okay.
So Shannon Sports Card, shout out to my guy Brent. What is your biggest pet peeve in slash with the hobby?
So my personal biggest pet peeve is the fact that not every patch is game used. Because imagine being a kid and you're opening a pack and you hit a patch card. You're like, oh, this is the coolest thing over ever. And you flip it over and it's not even player worn. It's pulled off the rack. So
Yeah.
but I remember when I was younger, I would open packs and I would hit a jersey card and it would be game used and it would be the coolest thing ever. And now I'm grown up and all I buy is game worn patches. So I still think it's the coolest thing ever. So
So not only did Brent ask that, but Crazy for Cards underscore LLC also kind of hit on this with what are your card show pet peeves? One of my biggest card show pet peeves is sorry about that. My dog's scratching at the door like crazy. One of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody comes up to the table and immediately asks you what's your lowest on a card. Um, like I understand that you're trying to get a deal. I'm trying to give you the best deal I can, but it takes all the fun out of negotiating, and a lot of people just like won't even talk to you after that. So like after you give a number, so like they already know where they want to be. So like let's start there and see if we can get there.
exactly. My biggest card show pet peeve would be people who don't have their cards priced. I walk up to a table, I want to ask about something, and they're like, "Let me look it up. Let me
I
walk
walk. I
away."
walk. I look at you. If your cards aren't priced, I'm not asking.
Right. All right. My turn to ask. So this is a question for you. Do you think from Crazy PU 11, do you think the trade of Donovan People Jones, the Browns are going to start to involve Elijah Moore more in the deep threat game?
So I think that really depends on Deshaun Watson's availability and being healthy. Um, so far, it hasn't worked out. Um, so no, I don't think so, unfortunately, because at this point in time, the only two people that run deep routes for the Browns are Amari Cooper and Marquise Goodwin. They don't. They. I think they should really use more Elijah Moore, more as a scat back, kind of how the San Francisco 49ers use Debo. I think that's the best role for Elijah Moore, especially with Nick Chubb being gone.
That makes sense.
All right. So last question, and then we will sign off, guys. A Hut's cards. This is actually my old college roommate, Andrew Hutton. Um, can I do cards as a part-time job, or do I need to be 100% committed to be successful?
So I'll give my input and then you can give your side of it. Obviously, I think on this you'll be more knowledgeable than me because you do this as a living. It is how you pay your bills. And just me doing this, what I do, I respect the heck out of that. It's just what I do is draining. But so I think that it depends on what your goals are. So everybody has a different agenda when it comes to cards. I'm in cards to have fun, to meet people, to make friends, and I've done that on an exceptional level. I have great relationships with many people. I'm very proud of it. Um, and I built a very, very good PC. So, but I have also taken money out to pay for my wedding, pay for a down payment on a car, pay for an engagement ring. So when needed, and if there's enough determination, you can 100% do it part time.
Um, so with me, obviously I worked at Ryan's card shop for a while, card collector too, as most of you guys know. Um, Unfortunately, it was very, very, very hard to only do it part time. Just because you work 9 to 8 or 9 to 6, 8 to 6, 10 to 6, whatever your hours are. And then you go home and you have to do another job at the back end. It was very, very hard and very, very hard to split time from time. Unfortunately, it was very hard to where I had to make the decision to go full time. Um, you can do it, but you have to sacrifice a lot of time. And Me and my wife have a very amazing marriage. I love her to death, but it takes a toll out of your marriage or your relationships with others because you are working constantly. So, yes, I'll answer the question. Yes, you can do it, but it takes a very special person to do it. It's not for everyone.
I would 100% back that as somebody who has tried to begin doing what you're doing. Uh, it's incredibly hard.
Very.
All right. So I think that's a wrap on episode one. If you want to see more prompts for what kind of content that you would like and have your questions answered live on our podcast, make sure you head over to either Logan's Instagram, Gr8Sports, or our Instagram, Gr8Sports, where prompts will be on the Instagram stories and we will be live in the DMs.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did, me and Joe truly appreciate it. Obviously, this is our first episode, so it will get better and better as time gets on. We are very new to this, and we actually came up with this idea maybe 2 weeks ago. So we're very thankful for everybody that watched this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's anything that you guys would like to see more, comment down below or message us on Instagram, and we'll see you guys next time.